know what the problem is, it's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step, I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets, cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocketeer and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but you profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win.
This is Fight Forecast. I'm Sias du Plessis. Welcome. Coming up this week on the show, what's making headlines in the world of mixed martial arts? Former UFC middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis previews UFC 321 and gives his take on Khamzat Chimaev calling out Alex Pereira. We head to the House of Tinkerbell gym to catch up with Extreme Fighting Championship legend JP Kruger, and in our main card money feature, we give you the inside track on who we think will walk away with the W at the upcoming UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi. Let's get straight into what's making headlines in combat sports.
Former UFC champion Conor McGregor has accepted an 18-month suspension for missing 3 anti-doping tests in 2024. The sanction, retroactive from last September, makes him eligible to return by March 2026. The decision has drawn mixed reactions. Critics question preferential treatment, while supporters argue the ruling restores credibility to the sport's testing system. Newly crowned UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira confirmed he fought with a fractured foot during his knockout victory over Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 320. Medical scans have since verified the injury. Pereira is expected to be sidelined for several months, raising questions about a possible interim title bout if recovery extends into 2026. Middleweight champion Khamzat Chimaev has challenged light heavyweight Alex Pereira to a fight at heavyweight, declaring he wants to smash everyone. Off the canvas, Chimaev has drawn criticism after posting a photo with Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov, prompting renewed scrutiny of his political associations. Despite the backlash, Chimaev remains one of the UFC's most popular athletes. Unstoppable bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili will face Piotr Jan in a rematch at UFC 323 in December. A victory would make Dvalishvili the first UFC fighter to record 4 successful title defenses in a single calendar year. The Georgian maintains he is not interested in fighting in another weight division besides bantamweight. Veteran heavyweight Alexander Volkov, who shared the octagon with both Aspinall and Gane, calls it 50-50, saying on paper Aspinall looks better, but Gane's movement and improved grappling make it competitive. Former heavyweight and light heavyweight champion John Jones has also chimed in. He's predicted that in a matchup with Aspinall, Gane is finished, an emphatic take from the heavyweight GOAT.
At Betway, we don't just reward you for playing, we reward you for staying. Introducing Betway Rewards. Earn points on every bet you place. It's that simple. You can also convert your points to cash whenever you like. With Betway, loyalty always pays off. Join the action today and start earning points.
Welcome back to Fight Forecast. Just before we get into the UFC 321 main card and Dricus du Plessis fight breakdown, let me ask the former champ, what did you make of Alex Pereira against Ankalaev? You called it, but a lot of people didn't expect it to go that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we hit the nail on the head with that, just saying Alex knows what to do now. He obviously has a great team, so they worked on exactly that, and you can just see it from the word get-go. He just went for the kill because he knew as soon as he lets Ankalaev put that pressure on him, he's going to be able to put him against the fence again. And, it couldn't have gone any better for him.
There was a nasty elbow to Ankalaev's ribs at one point, and Alex said he's got a fractured foot, fought through the pain. Is that ever really an excuse for guys? Because you're going to get injured at some point in the fight, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, the severity of the injury is also a thing. I've been in the same situation where I broke my foot in a fight, but you can feel something's up, but with that adrenaline, especially that early in a fight, I just think any fighter would just go through that, especially when you have a guy hurt like you had Ankalaev.
Khamzat has called out Pereira at heavyweight. What do you make of that?
He's always had crazy call-outs. Khamzat, there's no way he beats Pereira, in my opinion. I think Pereira right now is one of the greatest to ever do this sport, or any combat sport for that matter, but Yeah, he's a big guy. Even now at light heavyweight, he looked so big against Ankalaev. It was crazy. So, yeah, I think that's all hype. I don't think there's any realistic chance of that ever happening.
Fair to say that Pereira's destined for the Hall of Fame.
100%. I mean, what this guy's done in a short period of time is just ridiculous.
Not just in the UFC, in his career.
Yeah.
He is a phenomenal athlete. All right, let's get into 321 Abu Dhabi, October 25th. It's at a great time if you're watching here in Africa. 7 p.m. I think that main card starts. Dricus, let's start off. We got Volkov against Almeida, and you got two really tall, rangy guys. How do you see that one going?
Yeah, I think Almeida obviously has one game plan here. Take this fight to the ground, stay on top, maybe get a sub. You know, Volk has been subbed before, but I just think with the height and reach advantage that Volk brings to any fight, it's hard. He has knees, he has great knees. He also has been knocked out, so, but at heavyweight, everybody, it doesn't really matter if you have a chin or not. If you take a punch there, it's tough, but I'm gonna go Volk on this one. I just think, as of late, he started finding his range, and for Almeida, he's going to need to get in there. He's going to need to get in on that takedown and get Volk to the ground. And Volk has those rangy kicks. He has the jab. He has the knees. He has everything to keep you out. And that's the only thing Almeida can really do here is getting to the floor. So I'm going to go Volkov with this one. I think he started figuring out what he needs to do. And then, of course, you look at the way he fought against Gane. I mean, a lot of people argued that he won that fight. So, Volkov is just one of those guys that you can always count on him to put on a good show.
And with a record of 38-11, this is his 50th professional fight. It is wild.
I wonder if that man still feels anything when he just walks out there, or does it just feel like another day at the office? You know? I mean, 50 professional fights, that's crazy.
All right, moving on to our strawweight title fight. Jandiroba against Dern. Two grapplers, two incredible skill sets. How do you see this one going? Are we going to see it end up on the mat, or could we be in for a surprise?
Yeah, I think we see this a lot of times, right? You see two grapplers and they end up having a striking match, and then you see two strikers and it goes to the ground. Because I think people never want to get exposed at their area because maybe this guy's better than me. So with this fight, I think there's a big chance we see a stand-up war, but it's a very tough call because if you look at Werner, she has great top control. That's a game. When she gets on top, she's really, really dominant there. But then you have Dern. She has knee bar, she has arm bar, she has triangle. She can do anything from her back as well. So, I mean, it's a tough one. I'm gonna edge it to Dern here. I think she's way due. It's about time she gets her hand on the title, and yeah, I think it's a good fight.
Also, she's a crowd favorite, so let's see how that one goes in Abu Dhabi. Then it's the main event of the evening. Everyone is buzzing about this. We also love seeing the heavyweights, the big boys doing battle. Aspinall, he's his first defense as undisputed champion against Gane. Man, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, as the fight, I'm just so happy that it's actually going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, fingers crossed, but I mean, when this fight was in the making, we saw Aspinall take a break now for what, maybe almost 2 years, I think. Yeah. And it almost feels unreal that he's actually going to fight. And it's not his fault, of course. Aspinall, it's not his fault that he didn't fight. I mean, they were waiting for that big John Jones fight, which is obviously not going to happen. But, you know, he's where he is for a very good reason. You know, all the hype is real when it comes to Aspinall. I just don't think there's a heavyweight in the world right now that can even compete with him. On the feet, on the grappling side of things. Now, wrestling-wise, I mean, at heavyweight, he has when it comes to wrestling, he does what he needs to, but when it gets to the ground, he's really skillful. And then, of course, both of them moving like middleweights when it comes to the feet. Yeah. They are so light on the feet, but I just think Aspinall has a bit more when it comes to pulling that trigger. You know, we've seen Gane sometimes almost just let the fight slip away from him, especially when it goes into the further rounds. But then again, we've never seen Aspinall go that far. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm going Aspinall on this one. I think he's hungry. I think he's ready. He looks phenomenal in the training footage that I saw. Obviously, Gane is a specimen. I mean, just the way he's built, he's massive. And once again, anything can happen. It's heavyweights.
Lastly, from my side, just looking at that heavyweight fight, I know you've given me your prediction, but what would the game plan be for Gane against someone like Aspinall, who's well-rounded, he's got all the weapons, all the experience, and is just fun to watch. But he's a dangerous, dangerous opponent.
I think it's a very tough call because similar in style when it comes to the stand-up, right?
Yeah.
Very light on the feet, bouncing, staying out, and then jumping in with those quick-fire shots. And both of them do that extremely well. I just think with Tom Aspinall, his explosiveness, and then when it gets to that clinch situation, we've seen Aspinall with his elbows, with knees, throwing those knees, knocking guys out with the elbow. And I think that's what makes it so hard to fight him, because on the outside, he's big. He's a big guy. He hits hard and he closes that gap so quick. And when you close the gap on him, he's ready there with the clinch, with the elbows. And, like I said, when it comes to the grappling, Aspinall, we've seen that. He's just world class.
Do you think we'll ever see a John Jones-Aspinall fight?
I don't think so. I think the ship has sailed, to be honest. I think that's, it was one of those fights where everybody would have, should have, could have. But I think Jones has earned everything that he has. And just in terms of, he didn't need to fight Aspinall because people say he ducked him. He didn't duck anyone. He just, how many times has that man defended his title? He doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. So happy retirement to him, and I think he deserves that. And the fact that this fight didn't happen, there's always going to be another fight that people want to see. Yeah. So, it didn't happen, but two great champions from two different eras.
John Jones' legacy cemented. Prediction-wise, Dricus has, of course, got Volkov, he's got Dern, and he's got Aspinall. UFC 321, Saturday, 25 October in Abu Dhabi. Don't miss it. It's going to be a fantastic fight card. And trust me, we're going to see some incredible action. South African MMA has come a long way in a relatively short space of time. And many of today's professional athletes have pioneers to thank for paving the way in the sport that for many years was not taken seriously. Today, MMA is thriving, and one of those pioneers who laid it all on the line every time he fought is JP Tinkerbell Kruger.
The House of Tinkerbell is a gym on the East Rand of Johannesburg in South Africa, an establishment that has become synonymous with creating African MMA champions. Meet the man who founded the gym and is now putting all his energy and experience into his stable of athletes.
My name is JP Tinkerbell Kruger. I'm the former UFC middleweight champion of the world, but now I'm retired. All of my focus goes towards my athletes.
The humble space packs serious character and has become a place where blood, sweat and tears are shed in a bid for greatness.
Here in Springs, this is a place waar dis kinders oor mekaar, maar as jy die moeilikheid is, help hulle mekaar ook. A lot of the old school morals here. This is an incredible place. 38 Nigel Road. This is the place to be.
It feels like home. I didn't have to play anybody. I didn't have to be anyone. I didn't have to pretend. I didn't have to just come in here and just do what I'm here for and go away. But actually, I could sit, I could hang, I could work. And I don't call them my friends, I call them my brothers. One goal, one mission, one work. We chase it all.
And if you think it is a gym only for the boys, think again.
So I started obviously 7 years ago with Coach JP. It was amazing. I'm like his little daughter, like he said to me the other day. So he's amazing. I really, really love Coach JP. He keeps me accountable for all my things, keeps me accountable for my training, and he makes the best person out of me.
I love the environment here. I train with champions, and that's the best way to be a champion.
Kruger expects the best from his athletes and will often challenge even his former champions to reach the next level.
Anytime I mess up, he does keep me accountable, and not just me. He is the big brother to the whole gym, and even outside the gym, it's great to see, as much as what I've grown into the athlete, how he's kind of grown into the father, big brother figure of the gym and the community, and that is kind of what he's destined for. As much as what some of us might be good fighters, this guy was destined to be a people's person, a people's champion.
So I'm surrounded by such incredible humans, not just from a coaching perspective, but from my athletes. I don't have to policeman these guys. They're here in the morning. When I'm here, they're here. I really believe that we do coach a good system. I believe in the system that we coach. I test it constantly. I constantly go and ask the right questions. I believe this. So the guys who's disciplined about their dream, and they walk onto this mat, man, they will achieve it. But I've also learned in my life, to invest into people, only even to invest into people who invest into themselves. Best job in the world.
UFC 321 hits Abu Dhabi. 5 big fights, 2 titles, and no shortage of storylines. Here's your main card money breakdown. Champion Tom Aspinall takes on Cyril Gane. It's power versus precision. The prediction, Aspinall by TKO round 2. DDP agrees with the Englishman keeping his belt. 2 elite grapplers, 2 opposite philosophies. Werner Jandiroba controls from the top, while Mackenzie Dern hunts subs from the chaos. The prediction, Jandiroba by decision. DDP disagrees and believes Dern will get the W. Classic striker-grappler matchup, Alexander Volkov's range and jab versus Jalinton Almeida's takedowns and top game. Prediction, Volkov by late stoppage. DDP agrees and feels the Russian will win. So that's your main card money feature. 5 fights, 5 picks, Aspinall, Jandiroba, Volkov, Rakitic and Nurmagomedov.